Hey everyone, welcome to Pickleball and Beyond. My name is Ryan.
My name is Vino.
And today we are looking at the Rich Cat Supply Animo, where tennis meets pickleball. So Vino, tell us your initial thoughts on this paddle.
I think Rich Cat Supply again has done a really good job. They have come up with some really nice paddles, and their Gusto and the earlier Savvy was very nice.
Yep.
Just off the bat, good quality.
Yep.
Doesn't feel cheap at all. They have, I would say, almost stepped up with their grip.
100%
Beautiful grip.
Yep.
I love the grip. Nice texture. The way you hold it, it really feels comfortable in your hand. I haven't seen this color before. It's a very interesting color. It really stands out. There is this, and there's a light, I think, a peach as well. So very nice. Cleans up very well. Again, this carbon fiber. There are some carbon fibers that are hard to clean up. Just a couple of rubs and it kind of cleans up really well. So overall, I really like the paddle right off the bat.
Yes. So let's jump into, would you consider this paddle a power paddle, a control paddle, or somewhere in between? What are your thoughts on that?
And we were talking a little bit about this, and I really think this is a hybrid paddle.
Yep.
You have the control, but plays a little bit closer to the power side of it.
Yes.
Like we started off, this is a tennis player's dream. The way it plays, the way it's balanced, it's such a tennis player's feel. So you have that control, being 16 millimeter, you do have that control, but also I think it pushes a little bit towards the power side of it.
Yep, so let's jump straight into the power side of things. It's not gonna be like comparing it to like a Legacy Pro in terms of power. It's not at that level where you can absolutely slam it, or the bread and butter fill, like something that's thermoformed that just absolutely smacks the ball. So it's not quite that crazy, 9-10 level of power. But it generates quite a lot of power, where most people will be just fine putting away points. It gets plenty of topspin on the drives. That was one of my favorite parts of this paddle, is hitting drives from the baseline. It really, is just super well balanced, got plenty of speed, and really nice topspin.
I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, especially when you're behind, I would put it like as far as power goes, like our 8 out of 10.
Yep. Considering it's a 16 millimeter paddle as well, that's why it's very nice.
And I think that's the beauty of it. So you have that power, and as far as that pop goes as well, you have the pop, but it absorbs a little bit more. So as soon as you kind of move towards the kitchen line, you still are able to reset it, but it still has that power. Like when you take the Selkirk power and stuff like that, yes, it's got extreme amount of power, but you have to almost control it. So from that standpoint, I think it's really got that beautiful balance.
It makes it much easier to play with and more accessible for a lot more players.
And when we tested this, it is a little bit head heavy, which means your sweet spot's a little bit higher. And again, that's kind of a tennis player's thing, right?
Exactly.
So you once you start playing with it and start hitting on the top, you generate that top spin so much more easily. So again, very power oriented. Let's come back and talk a little bit, how does it feel on the resets and the control side?
Yeah, so that's, again, we talked about where the power is like definitely the slight highlight on this paddle, but what we love is it's not sacrificing much in that department. Like it absorbs balls really well, as far as I remember hitting plenty of resets on it. It absorbs the ball, it does a great job. Again, there's always going to be a few more paddles, like we love, like the Vulcan V940, for example. Where, I mean, that thing can reset like absolutely any ball. It's ridiculous. But this still has it offers a very nice sweet spot. It's not, like you said, it's towards the top a little. It's really good at resets, but it's not like, there are some paddles that will beat it, but it still does a phenomenal job.
And one thing that I like about it is because it's on the higher side of it, when you use your backhand dinking, right, and you exert a little bit of slice on it, it actually grips and turns it, right? So I think that shines there. But like you said, I wouldn't put this as a super control paddle, right? Like not like the paddle ball or Vice, where it's like a freaking cloud. Right? Or some of or the Diadem Edge series, like it's really soft, right? But that also means like you try to hit your volleys, your roll volleys and stuff like that. It feels natural. It like it gives you that extra. It pushes that ball forward.
Yeah, no, it's very nice. So let's go dive into the spin. We've talked about a little bit where I said I love the top spin on it. You've mentioned already on some of your backhands, even hitting dinks at the kitchen line. I think you and I were in agreement. We'd give it like roughly, if we had to throw a number at it, like a 6.5 or 7 out of 10 for spin.
Yes, it's not your Legacy Pro spin. But one thing that I liked about this was it did have the dwell time as well as the drive. So I think Stephanie will put a little bit of clips on the serves, right? I remember the first time I tried this, it was with a couple of friends, and when I picked it up, the amount of power with that spin was almost uncontrollable because of like that placement. You get what I mean? I like it because it has both. It has like the slower spin, like on that dinking and everything like that. And then if you want to put pace on that, it is going to push that. And I really enjoyed that about this. Let's go about adaptability.
So it's a super adaptable paddle, and like we've already alluded to multiple times, we think it's a great introduction for tennis players that are looking to also have, develop those soft touch skills in a pickleball game.
Right.
This paddle, it definitely offers it, and you'll have no trouble at all, hitting comfortable third shot drops, resets, all those skills that are new from people transitioning from tennis. But it also maintains that same nice, tennis almost weight distribution, that slightly longer handle length, where they can still keep their fundamental strengths of having those really solid drives, but also transition into the slower aspects of pickleball as well.
I think you put it correctly. This is a tennis player's dream come true almost, right? And there's one or two paddles that we have tried lately that might be as close as that, but as far as but that also means someone transitioning straight from a pickleball, it takes a little bit of getting used to, because where that soft spot is, right? It's got its swing weight, and we'll kind of put some stats on the swing weight. It comes around 119, 120. So it's higher on the swing weight, right? The twist weight, it has a decent sweet spot, but with the balance, it's higher. So I think that's what someone coming from a tennis background, they'll just move straight into it.
With that slightly heavy sweet spot, everything you said. So, I mean, for the current MSRP is $149.99. And for that price, it's definitely a super fair value. You're getting an awesome, high quality paddle. It's well constructed. And like we said, we'd highly recommend this for tennis players that are looking to jump into a solid paddle right away.
And I think Rich Cat has come up with really good pricing, right? Their entry level was $79. This coming at $149. So I think they're pricing it just correct, right? It's really fair. We really like it. We enjoyed playing with this paddle. Please comment, subscribe. That really helps the channel. And looking forward to seeing you in another paddle review. Thank you.